This is Disorderly Conduct. We are live in the building, episode 26. I'm hyped up. I got my brother here with me, as always, DJ. In the building, everybody. Also, my special guest. This whole episode is basically dedicated to her life. So she's on here, y'all, to put it out there, share her story. I want y'all to give it up for Miss Malona Sanders. It's in the building. Miss Malona Marie. Miss Malona Marie, I thank you first of all. I know my brother thanks you for dedicating your time and energy because we're not paying you no money. We work to come through and chill with us and tell your story tonight. Definitely, you've been a number one supporter of mine. Friend of mine that has definitely shown me since day one that you are dedicated to me and what we do at Disorderly Conduct, and I appreciate you. So I'm giving this love right back to you. I got the motivational speaker. We're going to speak it into existence, right? All right. The motivational speaker, Miss Malona Sanders, is in the building. We're getting into it. This week, y'all, Disorderly Conduct episode 26. First of all, I sent y'all this whole video, right, of a situation with a young lady and her son. It was off this reality show called Black Ink Crew. Yeah. Where the young man basically he blew up at his mom because the mom he hasn't seen his mom in, he said 15 years. Mm-hmm. And I asked y'all basically how did you feel about that whole video situation, and I would like for you to say how you feel right now, live on the podcast.
Live? Yeah, I got you. Hey, I cannot blame that young man for feeling how he feels, bro. Like, it's I'm not sure how I would feel knowing that I have not seen my mother for 15 years, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if they had communication before that. I don't even watch the show. Like, right. It's not, yeah.
I wanted to show y'all that just because I know a lot of people don't watch that show, but for some reason that hit me, and I wanted to touch on it.
The fact that you've been gone 15 years, man, and all of a sudden I'm starting to see you on the TV screen, whatever, and meeting face to face like that, it was definitely a lot of emotion. It was going to be tears one way or the other, whether they got into it or whether they were just speaking. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole lot to take in. I don't blame that young man for blowing up because I haven't seen you in that long, but I can turn on my TV at a certain time and watch you on there doing whatever the fuck you do. Like I said, I don't watch this show. I don't watch the ratchet TVs, whatever TV show. I don't do that. I be watching PBS. So
Arthur.
You know, watching Bob Ross get his paint on, everything like that, man. So I can't blame him for being upset, man. Like this, to know that somebody out here made you and they still walking around and you haven't seen them, and he was 15. You need all the emotional support you can, mother, father, from whoever is around you, bro. And to have to deal with something like that at that age, that young, I don't blame him. He tore up a lot of stuff in that restaurant.
Yeah, he did.
Tore up everything in there. I'm not mad at him, man. I wish it would have been handled better. I wish they would have everything not for TV.
Exactly.
Everything.
That's exactly.
Especially something like that ain't for TV.
My point. Before I get into that, I want to give a couple of shout outs to everybody that's tuned in right now. We officially got 31 people tuned in right now. I need all 31 of y'all to subscribe to the Disorderly Conduct fan page right now. Hit that like button, hit that share button so you can get this quality content every week, man. We do this live every Friday, 7:30-ish. We not starting on time because we have technical difficulties. Every time. Or just sometimes I'm behind. I'm going to just tell the truth. I ain't going to lie to my people. Hey, that's why I put the ish on there so y'all know what it is. I totally agree with you when you said that some things you just shouldn't put on TV. That was my whole thing. Like, if you're going to do something like that, I felt what she was saying. Like, I felt her pain. Like, I felt what she was saying. I felt that was the one moment where she was keeping it real on a reality show or whatever when that happened. But it's some things you shouldn't keep on the television. Like, that conversation,
too real for
you
TV.
just had that. You ain't seen your son in 15 years and he mad like that. You definitely had that conversation by yourselves. Miss Malona Marie, go on, hop in here. How you feel about this?
I mean, for me, every situation is different, and every person handles situations different. And for him, to have an absent parent for that long, there could have been a reason why, but she had to understand the fact that, he basically has bottled all of his anger inside for that long. And then here she comes on TV apologizing and wanting to be there. But it's not an instant gratification of, I'm sorry, I want to be a mother again, because she left. And so the thing with him is he probably never really, expressed how he felt that whole time. And now he's reacting out of anger. That's the problem in this society, is that,
Go ahead.
we don't understand the effect of missing parents and things like that. Because as time passes, it's a seed that's planted, whether it's a good or a bad one. And for someone not to be there and instantly come back in your life, they're wanting that relationship. But for you're more like, hey, let's be friends first and see what we can develop. And you could tell that he was mad. I mean, at the same time, he obviously cared, because if he didn't, he wouldn't have showed up.
Wouldn't have showed up.
But he didn't know how to express, so he expressed the only way that he basically had been doing for 15 years, which was in anger. And, like I say, you don't really know how to handle things like that. And again, she could have had a good reason, but from what I saw, she was wrong, and maybe, apologizing could have developed something later, but, it's crazy.
I'm sorry. Forget these instances that happen, because I'm over here trying to do too much. Listen,
Come on.
Listen, we're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it 100. Miss Malona was nervous today. And I understand you're nervous, because you are putting your life out here for everybody to see, everybody to judge or whatever. But honestly, you are speaking your truth today, and I want to make sure we take good care of you. I want to get into a few more things before we hop into all your personal business. Going to just keep loosening you on up in here, because I felt like you was getting there, because Malona went in on that one. That's why I brought you on here. I know that you gonna express your opinion. I'm gonna get it together over here, one way or another. I'm trying to read the comments, y'all. Y'all know what's going on.
How much technology we need at one time.
I want to make sure I get everybody that's tuned in a name. I got a lot of women that have subscribed to the page right now. Miss Ashton has subscribed. Mrs. Turner has just subscribed. Robbie Ray has subscribed. Tamika Gilbert has. This is all right now, my brother. We done had like 7 to 8 people subscribe, and I think it's because Miss Malona is on the episode.
Yeah.
So thank you. Malona has challenged me to basically do a episode where I do not curse.
We're going to keep it clean.
And y'all know me. I named the show Disorderly Conduct.
Now you got a haircut.
But like she hit me with a line where she said basically, I told her, I said, it's an hour show. It's going to be all right. It's not going to mess up your image or anything. She was like, you're right. It's an hour show. You ain't got to curse. And I was like, you know what? I can't even disagree with you on that. Well, so just for you, we're doing a whole podcast with no cursing. Woo! I'm going to try my best.
Yeah.
I promise I'm going to try my best. If I slip up, please don't hold me. I am not cursing to disrespect you. I promise you. I have the utmost respect for my lady over here. Make sure you go check out the website, man.
Disorderly Conduct ENT.com.
.com. Make sure you go there. You can find the latest episodes of the podcast. You can find information about me and DJ Harlem James.
Yeah.
The website is a work in progress, but you better believe that the work that I'm putting in, man, that all this is going to pay off. First of all, before I go any further, since we got all these people tuned in, let's get to these shirts.
Oh, man.
I have the black and white man listen shirts. The man listen shirts come from basically, you hear me say man listen a lot during the podcast, or man hear me, and we turning that into a segment on the radio. At Streets 101, you can catch that at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the Corporate Hustle, our segment, the Man Listen Moment of the Week. Hey, I got a plug. Plug it in. I'm paying for all this. Make man listen. Exactly. I got my Speak Life shirt over here. Basically what the Speak Life shirt means, y'all, basically I want to get up and say, I see it. Speak Life basically means I want to be able, when I speak to y'all or I talk to y'all, when you out here in the world or you out here speaking to somebody, you speaking life into them, you speaking positivity, you encouraging somebody, because every day we all need it. I know I struggle days with trying to stay positive, being a positive person, being a positive guy. And I want to put this message out here that basically says speak life. And I got, the heart rate monitor over there, because you speak life. The words you speak and everything you put out here, man, it matters. It matters how you speak. It matters how you think, because how you think and how you feel about yourself, man, is how you're going to portray out here in the world. Hey, you can get this red and white man listen shirt. Hey, you can get the man listen in the white. You can get the speak life in the black and white. Hey,
Can I see the back so they can see how they branded on the back?
Let me make sure we get the back. You got the Disorderly Conduct Entertainment on the back. Make sure we get that on there.
It's still time before Christmas.
It's still
to get
time.
you one of these, y'all.
We got the Black Friday deal still going on. You can get 1 for $20 or 2 for $40. That's the deal. Hey, we got turned up and here on this Friday. Miss Malona, I hope I got you loose over here. I hope I got you loose over here, because we're moving and grooving. I got this segment where it's called Say What's Real. I'm trying out some new stuff tonight, y'all. So I'm trying to get these segments together so we can put together a real show. So we can have a real show every week. Everybody expect a segment, all that good stuff. So we got the Say What's Real segment, where we just go around and say what happened to this week to us that was real. Something that happened or whatever. My situation this week, man, was basically, well, it wasn't even a situation. I see a lot of people in 17-ish ending are into this whole, my girl got a girlfriend, I gotta have 2 girls. This whole, now I'm not saying my way is the right way or your way is the right way, but what do y'all think this whole obsession is coming from with, I gotta have 2 girlfriends, or I gotta have 2 women, or 2 things like that? Because I'm not really understanding where this is just popping up out of nowhere, because I don't think, or maybe I'm just not paying attention because I'm following more people on Facebook now.
That's what it is.
Following a lot more people who express a lot more different opinions than what I see, and I'm open to stuff, but certain things I question. So I asked y'all, what do y'all think this whole polygamy basically outbreak is coming from in 2017?
Let me get so directly can hear me. I think it's been around. A lot of things is being accepted in our society now are things that were used to be kept under the rug. Like, man, people been having affairs in other families and things like that for a while. I just think
for a long time.
We just live in a time now where it's on Front Street, and
so they cool. The ladies are Malona.
No, you're only gonna accept what you
Malona, you a single woman out here. I know it. Mm-hmm. Are the women settling for being side chicks nowadays?
A lot of them are, because most people don't know the worth, number one. And then 2, the motive of these relationships and things like that is really no longer focused on love. It's more about, how much money you got, what can you buy me, can you pay my bills, can you do this? And so people don't really care if they got a title or not. They don't really care about themselves, and they don't respect themselves. So as long as you're taking care of me, I'll be your side, whatever. That's how people think.
Oh, yeah.
But for me, I can't be no side, nothing. I got to be the main if I'm going to be.
The main.
Because at the end of the day, for a relationship, for me, I can pay my own bills. You know what I'm saying? So, you're looking for someone that's real, someone that can respect you, someone that's loyal, someone, that is all about the heart. It's not about the physical. It's more, if you connect with someone mentally and not physically, you'll have something that will last. But most people, they want what's on the outside or what's in the pockets, and of course, that means they'll just settle for anything.
Joey, do you agree? Disagree?
I agree, but I'll also say this. Some people cool with that. Some people can deal.
Some people
can deal with having, I say, multiple partnerships in a relationship. I'm not saying this right. I'm not saying that everybody should. I'm just saying if y'all.
How? You know how hard it is dealing with one of y'all? On a regular, everyday basis.
I'm gonna bash your women now.
No, it's not. No, I'm not bashing. I'm not bashing. I'm just saying to deal with one woman is enough for me to try to balance two of y'all at one time.
It also depends on the woman too. It's a lot.
And somebody's gonna be feeling
variables, and then
somebody's gonna always feel like they gotta have the
title, the main title. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna always feel some kind of way. So I don't even want to. That's too much pressure. That's too much pressure. That's too much. I want to shout out a few more people. Miss LaShonda Fart is tuned in. Thank you, Miss LaShonda Fart, for tuning in. Mr. Sheldon Fortenberry is tuned in. Miss Rachel Goff just tuned in. Hey, Miss Rachel, how you doing? Let me get to some of these comments. Got Mr. Sheldon saying right on. Mr. Robbie Ray saying, have to support my alumni class of 2008.
Yeah, Robbie, man.
Shout out. Mr. Leland is saying great points. Michael McBride is tuned in, said disorderly. Hey, we're gonna get Mike on this whole remix, brother. I already talked to him.
Okay.
We're gonna have a remix coming out to the intro here shortly. I'm always doing something, man.
You got to.
Listen, the intro don't have your name in it, and I honestly I don't feel good about it. I don't know if you would feel some kind of way, but I would feel some kind of way if my name wasn't in the intro. So yes, I want my brother's name to be on the intro, to be involved in the show.
I didn't even realize.
Right, yeah, man, because you a part of this. If my name gonna be on it, I told you, your name gonna be on it, and we gonna build. That's the whole point. I ain't got no more comments. Hey, if y'all got some comments, anything you want to say about what we're talking about, let us know. I'm trying to get to 2,000 live views tonight. I don't know if we're going to do it. It's a rainy night in Arkansas. I don't know where everybody is listening from. Hey, if you tuned in right now, I got 21 of y'all, 23 of y'all that's tuned in right now. Put where you from in the comments so I can find out where everybody from. We're going to shout everybody out. We got people that listen in California. Mm-hmm. We got people that listen in Florida. We got people that listen in the Middle East.
Afghanistan, man.
Listen, we got the one white girl in Australia. I don't know her. I don't even know these people.
Yeah, names. We gotta find out this name.
They still support. I know this. Put where you're from in the comments so we can shout you out where you're from, where you're tuning in there, because we appreciate you, man, taking your time out, your Friday night, and tuning in to Disorderly Conduct. Listen, I put a lot of effort and work into jumping this off, making sure this jumps off. So I appreciate y'all coming through, like dedicating y'all time to this, because it means more than y'all know. So Miss Miranda Canada Harris says, have to support my friend Malona. Hey, shout out to those real friends that's in the building tonight. We appreciate you. Make sure we get back to the show. Malona, we're going to hop into you. Ready for this? You ready for this? You ready for this? Let's do this. I want you to introduce yourself. Like, I know maybe some new people that just tuned in who really don't know what's the point of this episode. But the point of this episode is the life of a single parent. I am casting a light on a special woman over here who I've seen grow and be determined to not let her situation just determine her life, but change her life and get on her grind and grind it out. And to witness that is, I'm definitely proud of that. So tell the people your name, tell them where you're from, and we're going to hop into it.
All right, my name is Malona Sanders. I'm from Benton, Arkansas. I have a 4-year-old son, and of course I'm divorced now. pretty much with that is, every person that considers themselves a single parent, whether you're a mother, whether you're a single father, it's you really never see some of those, because some people, every situation is different. Some people, they get married and it doesn't work. Some people get raped and end up with a child. Some people are never married and, the person just wants to leave, or you got people that are addicted to drugs or in the street life, and so for me, for a long time, I depended on the fact of being married. I didn't ever want my child to see what I saw coming up. But again, you don't really see these things through. I would have never saw myself at this point divorced, raising a child alone. But when things happen, you just adapt to that life. You just get in a place to where, okay, nothing will change me from being a mother. And that's my thing. Like, I do what I can, because at the end of the day, my son will still never feel what I feel, in hopes, my main thing is this. I'm going to say this, it can make some people mad.
Speak it.
At the end of the day, I know this. I'm mature enough to understand that I'm a woman and I'm a mother. I will never, ever be able to instill in my son what a man can. But what can you do if the man is not there? So for me, it's not about forcing anyone to be there, forcing anyone to be a father. You got to kind of move with life. And so my thing is, even if I have a friend's husband or a male friend, a family member, I still have male role models in my son's life. Because at the end of the day, I know I still can input in him what a man can. And, my thing is still, even with taking care of him, like, I'm going to touch on child support for a minute. People think that child support can raise a kid, but it really can't. Because if you think about it from a kid's perspective, a kid doesn't see bills. He doesn't know numbers. He doesn't know money. He doesn't know dollars, hundreds, thousands, none of that. All he knows is love. He knows time. He knows toys, fun. So my thing is this. People think because they do one part, they're doing everything, but they're not, So, my thing is, it's a big portion in being a parent. And you learn how to give up you for them. My son means everything to me, and I would never allow anything to interfere with that. That's why I work so hard. Like, in the beginning of it, I was so scared to do it. And that's why I fought so hard for a marriage that was unhealthy, because I was saying, well, what if, he's damaged because there's not a mom and a dad in the home? Or what if I can't financially afford to take care of him? Because at first I couldn't. We made good money together, but he made more than I did. So I kept fighting for something that wasn't going to work because I was scared. But then eventually I got to a point to where I said, you know what? I'll just figure out how to make a way, because there's no reason to, because I was not only putting myself or him in a bad position, I was putting my son in an unhealthy environment. And so once I got out, I said, okay, now I'm juggling, I'm Googling things, trying to figure out, okay, what can I do? And now it's like I'm at a place where I make way more money than I did when I first divorced. I got another house that I'm working on getting, residual income. So there's always ways to make it happen. And one of my biggest things was this. When I first started going through this, I started budgeting money. I started changing, the way we live to adjust from 2 incomes to 1. And so, of course, it wasn't easy, and I had debt from the marriage and all that. But at this point, 2.5 years later, I've settled a lot of that debt out. I cook a lot more, so, I don't have to spend money on,
She can cook, fellas.
Whatever. And so, but I put a lot more, money in my pocket by trying to adjust to being a single mother. But my son is still well dressed. My son has toys. We go on trips. And I'm going to say this. Last year, I took him on a trip, but I had to use a lot of credit. So my goal for 2017 was to take him on a trip and only use my money. And so even though, I have to budget, I have to do all of that, I was able to pay for a hotel for a whole week what I did was I took money out of my account. I put all the cash in my pocket, And I said, we're going to go down here, we're going to go to the beach, we're going to eat what we want, we're going to buy what we want, we're going to have fun. And we did just that. I wasn't in debt after it, none of that. And the thing with being a single mom, don't get so overwhelmed with what you have to do or what you don't, what you can't do. Because if you get so caught up in the stress of it, you won't have fun. And that's why I try to show my son that there's more than Arkansas. There's more than, doing this or doing that. There's a lot of possibilities out there. And it's my job to show him that, not to live in fear of the what ifs, but to just step out there and say, you know what, son, regardless of what my life has thrown me, I was able to overcome it. So that's a little bit of where I come from, why I do what I do, and yeah.
You touched on a lot right there.
Yeah, that's a whole different perspective. I'm so used
I'm
to
glad
saying,
you're here.
yeah, I'm so glad that you're here and said it like that, because a lot of women that feel like that can't be done as far as, being on your own and handling your business. That takes a lot. And I salute you for that, man. That takes a whole lot to, raise a child and do it by yourself. And just having that's a whole lot to take in and have to deal with, not even deal with, just to process in the way that I always apply to mothers, because no matter what, y'all gonna put babies first. Like, you can have nothing and the child gonna have everything, man. I salute y'all 100% on that. That is a great perspective. I'm so glad you came so people can hear this on Disorderly Conduct, man. You can do it. It can definitely be done.
It can definitely be done. I want to shout out everybody that's tuned in one more time. Where you're from? Rachel Goff is tuned in from Fort Smith, Arkansas, in the building up there celebrating for the holidays. Mr. Sheldon Fortenberry is tuned in from Houston, Texas. Shout out to Texas. Down there drinking on some of that cough syrup.
Yeah.
Syrup.
We don't promote drugs at Disorderly.
We don't promote drugs at Disorderly Conduct. But we don't promote drugs
if
in
you
this
happen to mix something into a tasty beverage and drink it, that's perfectly fine.
We got Mr. Leland Smith tuned in from the Atlanta is in the building. Listen, we got people all over the world that support this, that really like what we're doing, man. So we're gonna keep it going. We got Miss Musina Porter is tuned in. She is in the building. Miss Brittany B is tuned in. She is in the building. Hey, I appreciate everybody, man, that take time and come on here. Like I always say, man, we're going to give it right back to y'all. Give it right back. That's what Disorderly Conduct does. How do you balance, Malona, being a full-time mom and being a full-time worker?
Well, thank God I have a job where I do. It's, I work for the state, so, I pretty much work when he's at school. And, of course, I have weekends off. So my thing is, pretty much, it's not too hard as far as the, finding a babysitter, because I don't have to do that. The only issue I have is, I live in Benton, so, and I work in Lure. So, of course, I have to be at work by the time he's at school, so I just use a daycare for transportation. Other than that, when he's out of school, I'm off, so that portion is.
Yeah. Do you feel like child support is a scam? I'm asking you as a mom.
Do I think it's a scam?
Do you feel like you wasted your time with child support?
I don't.
You don't? Okay.
But let me put it like this. It all depends on the reason a person is on child support. Because, I've met a lot of men that are good dads that do for their kids, and they don't need the government trying to put their hand in their money, because whatever the kid needs, they got them. But then you have some that won't do if you don't make them do pretty much. And it's like my case was, I tried to see, and I'm going to be real about this, because I have no reason to lie about nothing or whatever.
We keep it real, 100.
But when we were separated, that showed me what I could look forward to or not look forward to when we actually got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get the proper help, so what I did was, of course, when we went to divorce, they put my child support. And I left it as that, because it's like this. I feel like at the end of the day, if you're not going to do, it's our right to let the system do it. And, some, like I said earlier, people try to justify because they pay child support or you get your money, that's good enough. But my thing is, whenever you switch jobs, I mean, are you calling up there and ensuring we're getting the money, or are we having to wait for months until the system catches back up? And that's the difference. But then again, you have some people that put folks on child support because they're bitter, and so, I mean, it to me, I'm for it, but I'm also against it. It just depends on the person.
Depending on how it's being used, because I say people too, use it as a weapon instead of a tool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand feelings, man, but because you feel a certain way towards somebody, man, some people out here, like Malona said, bitter as fuck.
Right.
I'm sorry. I messed it up.
I smiled at you. I was like, you broke it, but we did. We held on for how long, bro?
We got 30 minutes.
We had 30 minutes in there. We did it.
It was building up inside me. I was going to
when we get passionate, it just, I understand.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, man.
But yeah, there we go.
Right. See, we just got to keep it moving. It's okay.
Now I get cold for Christmas.
Do you ever feel judged being a single parent?
That's a great question.
At first, I did. At the beginning of it, I did because, when people don't know you or know your situation, they just judge from what they see. And when you're the only one that's there, or you got to go to every appointment or go to the school functions or do this, you wonder what people are thinking, And at first I was like, yeah, people going to think I just was out here doing what I do and ended up with a kid and the dad ran off or something. But then I came to myself and I was like, you know what? We all have a story and we either tell it or we won't. And just because, I ended up in divorce and you just pretty much see me with my son doesn't make me any less of a woman or a person. It's just life. And obviously God saw fit for me. He thought I was strong enough to carry the battle, so that's why I'm here.
Hey.
And so, I mean, at this point, I don't. I feel like if you're going to judge me, you're going to judge me. If you're going to think that I'm whatever, then that's your call, And so it's kind of like a whatever. Because as long as my son knows and my son can eventually one day say, hey, that's my mom, she did a good job. Or, I'm proud, to call you my mother. That's all I want. I don't care what everybody else says.
Right.
As long as my son knows, I'm good.
Malona in here with the gold BBS chain on.
I seen that.
It's Money Mitch Malona in the building. I thank you, first of all, for having on that good Disorderly Conduct Entertainment shirt. First person to buy a shirt, by the way. You can be the second person. Just make sure you hit that inbox. I got a PayPal, a cash account, a bank account, a business checking account. I got every account you need to give me some money. So if you're just trying to get one of these good old shirts, $20. Got these hats, y'all. Good old hats for you. $20. I can get these to you, ship them to you. They fresh. Got the Disorderly Conduct logo on the back. Got the microphone on the front. Go ahead and put your order in for one of those. Black Friday deal. You can get one for 20 or two for 40. And that's the damn deal.
You're not going to find that anywhere else, man.
You're not going to find that anywhere else. I'm telling you. Okay. Malona.
Yes.
Dating. Dating in 2017. Dating after you gotten divorced. Let's speak on that.
I just about don't have no words.
Right.
It's not what it was back then. I can say that. Dating is it's difficult. And see, my thing is this, being a single mom, you have to find someone. For number one, you're not just dating for yourself anymore. You're dating for your kids. So you have to ensure that the person you choose can be that positive influence around your child. And then number two, you meet people that, may not have children or, may not be a completely single parent, so time can be an issue. So, you have to find someone that can understand, like, hey, I can't just get up and go when you can, and I mean, there's just so many pointers in trying to find the right person. I've tried it. It's hard, but I mean, it is what it is. I just refuse to settle for someone that's not good for my son or for me. And I mean, like I say, people are more, it's not about love and settling down and having a family anymore. I mean, that's the thing, but.
Everybody want to lay up.
Yeah, and I ain't trying to have no more kids. So.
All right. Let me get to some of these comments. Miss, I don't want to say your name wrong. I'm going to just read the comment because she wrote it. Ma'am.
What's the last name?
The Malona. Don't do this right now. Ma'am says, let's keep it 100. Most men that split from their kids' moms typically don't do the right thing financially. So the only alternative for the mom is to file for child support. I don't disagree with the sentiment on the base, like of baby dad not being in the child's life, paying the child support and not doing and not doing that. I get that. I understand that. I'm not disagreeing with y'all on that. Y'all are totally right to do what's necessary to make sure y'all are straight, because as fathers, I don't know how some of these dudes, man, go 24 hours
without seeing or talking
to their son. I can't imagine going that long without seeing or talking to my son. I don't care what me and Sam going through. I can't imagine I'm talking to KJ for that long and not seeing him and not putting that time into my son, because that's my seed. That's my son. That's my firstborn. That's my baby boy.
That's essentially you.
That is me.
Yeah.
That boy act just like me. Moody just like me. There's no way for me to deny him, and I would never deny my son.
Right.
And it's not just denying him with words, it's denying him the opportunity to spend time with his father, the opportunity to be around me, the opportunity for me to be around him. I got a special son. I'm proud to be this little dude's father. Right. This dude is so amazing. He is my motivation. He's the reason I started all of this, the reason I started losing weight, getting myself together so I could be able to play with him, spend those moments and run around in the backyard with him, have 2-3 hours of sleep today and still be able to get up and do a podcast because it's something I love to do. I don't care. Like,
right.
You know, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing that. So I don't understand, man, for me as a father of two, how guys can go without seeing their seed, their sons, their daughters, that person that I just don't get it. You come from a stepdad situation.
Me?
Am I wrong?
I got both my marriage.
Okay,
let's touch on that.
Yeah.
See, my mama just commented on this.
Mama!
What's going on, mama? Hey!
My mama's just did it.
Well, she told me something I got to so I got to chill out on that. I tried.
Mama,
you raised it better.
We went 30 minutes without cussing.
You should be proud. Yeah, you know me. But, yeah, I had a 2-parent household.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, matter of fact, I was lucky enough to have both of my parents. Like, I ain't gonna say things were always good. Of course, any relationship gonna always have their faults. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't even learn about how step parents and stuff worked until I got to high school, because I was talking to one of my homegirls. She said, I told her something about what happened in my house, and she said, "You stay with both your parents?" Like, she was amazed, and I was like, "Yeah, you don't." I always thought either you had both your parents or your grandmother raised you. She said, "No, I got a stepfather or something like that." And I was like, oh, I never been put that kind of, you know what I'm saying, thought into it. But it's some sort of component, whether it's stepfather, like you said, some sort of authority figure to look up to, bro. You got to have that in some way. I can't see how any man, especially something that you made, and I can feel it from women, because y'all actually, men kind of just basically, you shoot stuff out and you can go on about your business. Women got to carry this basically alien life form that feeds on whatever you do for 9 months. It changes your mood. You become like a incubator for life. You feel what I'm saying, man? So if somebody ain't handling their business and you have to go through all that, man, y'all can't sleep at night. Heartburn, your feet get swollen, your ankles. Look, if he ain't handling his business, do what you got to do. All I'm saying is, don't be bitter when doing things like child support. I know some women that do that, and I believe you can do the same thing to women. I don't know, because I know some single fathers out there too. So, I mean, it's on both sides of the aisle, man, but handle your business if you got them out here.
Handle your business.
Please don't be a sorry father, but like the little boy that robbed Burger King on Dredd Lane, 12 years old, man.
What?
You didn't hear about it? Bruh, 12 years old and walking to Burger King. It's people, I mean, there's customers in there, so they serving folks. Walked in there, they tried to rob the place, and it was like, you know what I'm saying? They laughing because it's a 12-year-old kid. Got to shooting up the place. Shooting at the workers and just shooting before he left. He left. The police came up there. He came back crying, turned himself in. Now, you got to think, at what point, what went wrong to where that was a decision that was made for him? You know what I'm saying? Like, where was anybody to try and to curb that kind of
a 12-year-old?
A 12-year-old, bro. And no matter how you cut it, he came back crying. They said he was in tears saying that he did that, man. So it had to either been no authority figure or anything around, but he know he made a mistake, and that's going to be a mistake that go with him for the rest of his life, man. That one bad decision because nobody told him or nobody had another way to show him, and that's all he knew. And now his life is ruined.
Ruined.
That's from 12 years old and you in the system, bro. You don't get rid of that, nothing like that, and you shot a gun. Like, it's so many variables. You feel what I'm saying, man? That's why I'm telling you, be in your kid's life. I know it's hard, co-parenting or whatever y'all want to call it. I feel that.
Ain't no excuse, though. Ain't no excuse.
That's still an extension of you.
Ain't no
you
excuse.
out here, man. You put.
I don't give a damn what you going through with baby mama or whatever. You supposed to be there for your kids, man. I don't care. Like, you make sacrifices and you deal with that drama and you deal with it because you signed up for that. That's what you signed up for. You lay with that woman. Right. You slept with that woman. You made that baby. So I don't understand why you're not there taking care of the damn kid. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. It frustrates me as a father because I see this and I long for time to spend with my son because I work overnights. I don't get to see him or spend that time with him. Like, he at daycare all day. I come home at night. I see him for maybe 2 or 3 hours. And then I'm going to work, headed out for the night. I don't see him until he getting up in the morning or when I'm taking him to daycare or I'm picking him up from school in the evening. So sometimes I go all day, all night without seeing my kid. And that frustrates the hell out of me. That's why I'm doing this podcast. So maybe one day I ain't got to work. Y'all can buy these shirts in bulk. And we just make it happen. But if that's the point, that whole situation right there frustrates me, just being a father, being a man, first of all, because I pride myself in being a father, being a man, holding my end of the bargain when it comes to, that's my son. Right. It's not up to his mom to do everything. And as a man, he should want to just be there. He should want to be in his life. Especially if you got daughters, too. Especially if you got daughters, man. The little girls, man, they so impressionable. Not going out here and making sure your little girl's taken care of, bro. But that's a whole nother situation. We ain't going to get into that. How do you explain to your child about his dad not being in his life? Or do you even, when he comes up to you and be like, Mama, where's dad? How do you explain it?
It's hard because I love my kid, I kind of lie because my thing is, regardless of what me and his dad has going on or whatever, that's never his fault. And so, you know, I don't go and say, oh, he's this or he ain't that, or try to make him sound bad to his son because his son may not understand what's going on. But I just try to either I tell him he's at work or he's at home. I make up some little sap story to make it sound good. Right. So, because he doesn't really understand the full story anyways. And my thing is this. For any parent, you never have to bash a parent that's absent. You know, my thing is this, like, eventually my son is going to be able to see for himself what's going on and choose whatever. He may say, hey, go find him and call him or whatever, you know, but that will be his choice to deal with him or not. That's nothing that I will be able to stop if that's what he chooses to pursue, you know. And that's what I'm trying to salvage right now, is that I don't want him, even though I don't agree with what's going on, I don't want to like influence my son's decision about his father. Right. I want him to choose whatever he thinks about him for himself. And that's why it's important for me to just try to keep it, surface right now, at least until he can understand, because at the end of the day, he doesn't really know. He just knows he was there and now he's not. And so at one point he was going to go over there. And so, he knew he could go over there and now he can't. So it's kind of like, all he knows is, well, where is he at, Mom? I miss him. I want to see him. And then I'm looking like, well, what am I supposed to say? But again, I don't believe in making any, because I went through it myself. Right. And, my thing was, I decided for myself whether I wanted to do with my parents or not. I didn't have either parent, but that was a decision I made later in life, and, I guess it's just about making things sound good. I know it's not good to lie or anything, but I feel like if I'm protecting him, both of their images in a sense, then that's what I do,
Right. Got some comments popping up. Miss Rachel Goff says, your child will always come first. If the man doesn't want to be there, then there is nothing you can do to change their mind. You just have to pray you find someone that cares enough to step into that role. Mom says, good job, 33 years of marriage. Man, shout out to 33 years of marriage, holding it down. Shout out to you for not allowing your circumstances to render you powerless. That's from Mr. Shelton Fortenberry. Miss Malona, right on. That's what he says. We appreciate everybody tuning in. If you're liking what you're seeing and what you're hearing right now, I need to see some hearts. I need to see some smiley faces. I need to see some thumbs up. We are live right now. We just have Miss Ashley Morris jump in live. Hey, I shout you out as soon as you come in because you show love. So, hey, we show love. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, those likes and hearts, they mean it. I don't care if it's an angry face. You can be mad at what we're talking about right now. Long as you comment, because we need the Facebook algorithm.
We need the rhythm.
We need those rhythms. And that's the truth. Let me see what else do we got. Let me hop off you, Malone, for a second. We're gonna get back into you. We got a little bit of time left. I'm trying to come up with a name for this. I got this segment that I came up with in my head. Y'all can't steal it. I copyrighted it and all of that.
You heard it here.
Where we pull screenshots from posts that we see on Facebook of people what they say. We don't say their names. We just say the screenshot. Okay. So I got one. I'm gonna see if I can find it. It was on my Snap. So I'm not sure if it's still there. Hold on, just a second. Bear with me.
Bear with us. We getting it together, y'all. We live.
I'm okay.
There we go.
Here's one. It says you cannot. First screenshot. We're gonna name it. I'm gonna have a name for it all the rest of their life. You cannot give a woman everything she needs. If God himself gave them eyebrows, they shave it and they draw their own. God gave them nails, they cut it off, fix their own. God gave them hair. They cut it off and they fix their own. He gave them breasts. They repackage it to what they want. God still gave them buttocks. They arrange it to the size they want. If even God can't satisfy them, then who are you to think that you can please them? My brother, don't kill yourself. Malona Marie, how do you feel about that statement right now? You're a woman. I want to get your opinion first.
I don't know if I agree with all that.
Okay, well, tell me what you did, because I put it out there. People don't think that I have this judgment about me, but no, I'll be putting stuff out there to see what other people think. So I'm interested to see.
Let's just make this simple.
Okay.
There's no perfect person in this world, but I firmly believe that there's somebody that's perfect for me, just like there's someone perfect for you. And I believe that. I may not like
man about being what he needs to be with himself. Like, are you requiring the same amount of, I guess, attention to detail in your life, to your situation that like a lot of women I see say they want a real man and all of that. I'm not gonna say a lot of women. I'm gonna say some women that I see on Facebook say they want a real man and all of this and all that good stuff. Then the next picture you see, they got their ass posted up, tooted up, in the bathroom with the selfie. You've seen it.
I see it a lot.
I see a lot, and it's a lot. And I feel like now we letting social media dictate how we determine who's worthy enough for us to date.
Most definitely.
We did a whole podcast about this called Death to Relationship Goals because I'm 27 years old, man. There is nothing that an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old can teach me about relationship goals. I done been through the highs, I done been through the lows. Ain't nothing, I'm just, like, there's nothing I can learn from them. All this, like we said, all this lovey-dovey, we always laid up, cuddling all the time, in those uncomfortable positions.
It's hot, and you all.
I wish this was me and Bae.
No, you don't.
I wish this was us. This is us.
I'm like, you're biting my back.
Hold on. That's not even realistic. Like, I wish people would quit thinking that a relationship is all just happy, go lucky. We best friends. We hold hands. And we just celebrate life together.
Matching shirts and
everything. Hell no. It is not like that. It is some work. You have to put in work in your relationship just like you do on the job. You cannot get married and start slacking off in a relationship. You cannot get with a woman and expect her to be all of this and you ain't all of that. You cannot get with a man and expect him to be all of this and you ain't all of that.
Oh, yeah. Man.
You want this man to be this, and this. Meanwhile, you don't even know your damn credit score. Come on. Crazy. You don't even know your credit score, but you want
people's feelings.
You want. I'm just saying. They require a lot from us in 2017. But are they setting the expectation for themselves when it comes to what I want for me and myself when I get into a relationship? Are you letting that man know from jump, hey, this is what I want, this is my expectation, or are you just gonna let life pass y'all by where y'all end up having sex every day and eating snacks and that's just it, getting fat? Gaining pounds. For real, because that's what happens. That's what happens.
I also feel like, man, a lot of people, like you said, social media is not only ruining relationships, it's ruining expectations. Because people do a lot of things to look good for social media and be unhappy. The most unhappy couple you have ever seen. I done seen it. Seen it, man. I'm telling you, like, them likes and shares be addicted. Every time I see that little red thing pop up on Facebook, somebody done said something.
Like my stuff.
Look, but they make it look good for the camera. It's like reality TV. Mm-hmm. It's real in the sense that it's happening. But the feelings and everything that's into it, all that is fabricated, man. There's a lot of people that's just out here for show and not to grow. You feel what I'm saying? It's a slippery slope, y'all. Find you somebody out here that's for you and not because y'all look good on Facebook and you get 1,000 likes and shares and stuff like that, man. Because y'all going to be the most shared, unhappiest couple on Facebook, man.
We got Miss Heidi Olivero tuned in, Mr. Brandon Brimley, Brian Brimley, both tuned in. I appreciate the Brimley brothers. Both of them are tuned in tonight. Those brothers can cook their tails off. If you ever want some good food or a good catering service, make sure you look up the Brimley brothers, especially my guy, Brian. He's the chef, man. My man be cooking up some good stuff. I give shout outs to everybody that give shout outs to me. Shout out to my man Gensu, the spoken word artist, man, who be sharing and liking everything. Got a podcast coming out, not another podcast with him and a couple of his homies. I'm really looking forward to everything that they doing, man. They got Arkansas, the podcasting is taking over. Everybody's really seeing it now like it's something. It's not nothing that we just play around with. This is work right now. This is work. I put dedication, time, effort, energy. My man put his time, effort, energy, and money and everything into this. So when I tell y'all, we need y'all support. We need it. donate to that PayPal, donate to that Cash App.
Are we accepting Bitcoin yet?
We accept Bitcoin, silver, gold, whatever you can afford to give, we will accept that payment. I'm gonna make it to where cryptocurrency can be
We got it all.
right an established form of payment for us. Let me see. How much time you got? You can stay. You good? Okay, let's keep on going then. Let's keep on going. I got kid free for the weekend. Shout out to the kid free parents out there for the weekend. We out here.
That's like a
We out here. Turn
man.
up. Turn up. What are your hopes for you and Mr. Corbin's future?
My hopes for him is just, my main thing is just giving him a life that I never had. And, even, with the whole child support and all that, my main focus at this point is getting to where I can solely do everything alone. That way, if something happens or it gets cut off, I'm still being able to provide that life for my son. And I'm going to say this, most young people don't think like this, but I'm a financial person. And, again, I don't come from anything, so my goal is to give my family more than I had. So 2 things that I desire to do by the time he graduates is to give him a deed to a house and a title to a car, and that's what I'm working on. Like, I'm halfway there. I got an extra house now. And by then,
House flipper over here.
But I'm saying, you want to, a lot of people don't think, well, things happen in life. If something was to happen to me right now, who would take care of my son? What could I leave him to ensure that he's okay? And I'm a thinker, and so I'm just trying to make sure that, my career is locked in, my savings is good, that way whatever happens, we're prepared for it, and so my thing
That's
is,
real.
just making sure that I continue to excel in life, that way I can, and I can show him that, my thing is this, Corbin is a little spoiled, I ain't gonna say he's not, but he's a good spoiled, you know what I'm saying, I pay him for things, like he might, clean his little room, his raggedly cleaning, but I may pay him $1 or $2, because I want to show him that, hey, regardless of what we have, you got to work for it. Like, I still want to be able to hand him over things, but I want to teach him that nothing is given to you free. You have to work for what you have, and I know that, and that's why I do what I do, because I know at the end of the day, ain't nobody going to take care of us, so.
Teach him the value of $1. You're doing exactly right.
And
like
also working.
It's working.
That's
owning.
Yeah.
Teach him about owning the business. Get you an LLC for that house flipping that you're doing, because when you leave, even if it's just something, he'll have something like a business that he could have it. Because whether or not you believe it, you a house flipper now. You over here got roofing, but hey, once you get this one house done, you done already learned the ups and downs, how to price, how to barter, how to get stuff done and manage with a budget. You doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, and that's the
You are doing it.
If I can say anything tonight, it would be to encourage people. It don't matter how much money you got, or where you got coming in, or where you come from. Anything is possible, because I'm a single person, raising a kid by myself. I don't make the most money in the world, but I've been able to, like, even with this house, like, I haven't been able to just get it done the way I wanted to, but I'm making progress. I got the roof done, now I'm working on all that. But my thing is, if you really, really want something, never let life stop that. My life is not how I imagined it to be, but it's not that bad, and my thing is you move and you swift through life as balls are thrown. And, again, single or not, you can do it. Don't let a divorce be your excuse. Don't let an absent parent be your excuse. Don't let money be the excuse, because some of the richest people in the world are broke. Man. Because people will make all this money, but then they increase the cost of living. And so what sense does it make to make more money if you don't know how to manage the money in the first place? So the money you make isn't really the issue. It's how you manage it, because a person can make 100,000 and you make 30,000, but you got more to show than the 100,000 person does, because you know what you're doing. So don't let none of that deter you from if you got goals and dreams, accomplish them. Show your child that regardless of what life has done, hey, that's my thing is I want to show my son that it's possible no matter what happens.
That's a great mindset to have, man. Like, it's not about how much you got, it's what you do with it. And I learned that back when I always been watching the news and stuff and just knows and stuff. You remember when back in like 2001, Enron crashed, and then the recession hit about 2008. All them rich folks that had money and always had money started going broke, killing their whole family, killing themselves, bro.
Losing their mind.
Because you have money don't make a man. It's an old school song called Money Don't Make a Man. If you don't know what you're doing with that change, you might as well be broke. Trick Daddy was on one of Vlad interviews and said, if I can walk into your closet and look in your garage and see more money in them two things than in your bank account, you a poor fool. So if you look, credit, savings, checkings, things like that matter. Jordans and stuff are cool. I wear New Balances.
Hold on. If you can afford $150 in Jordans, you can afford to get your kids some life insurance. I'm just saying. If you can spend that money on some Jordan,
life insurance.
Spend that money on getting I promise, man. You feel a lot better knowing that if something happened to you, your kids is gonna be okay.
Right.
And just being able to have life insurance, it really do take like I guess a little bit of stress off your shoulder. Be like, okay, if something happened to me, I know my kids, my family, they gonna be all right. Everything gonna be straight. So I don't really have that worry. But if you out here wasting your money, wasting all that to buy him Jordans and buy him stuff that's not gonna give him no return on his money, get some life insurance, man, because you never know.
Never know
what can happen to you, and then something happen to you, and then you got your family on GoFundMe begging for some funeral money.
Wearing Jordans.
What we doing that at? Come on now. I'm like, let's change. Let's be smarter about our situation and what we got going on, especially when you got kids and multiple kids. That's for real. Really? Harlem. Let's get into your health tip, brother. Harlem's health tip.
Health tip
of the week.
For the week. Listen here. I got two health tips. My first two health tips are bigger than the real health tip. And I'm learning this myself. It's about to be a new year, y'all. Know a lot of y'all got them weight goals on your mind. Summer 2018 coming up. You trying to throw it out on the beach? I know, because I'm trying to do the same thing.
6-pack is coming. I'm taking the shirt off at the apartment complex. Section 8 apartment complex. I'm coming for you.
I'm out there. Borat slingshot. I'm coming down. Summer 2018.
I'm out there.
I'm out there. But hey, for real, I know a lot of us are programmed. When you want to lose weight, the first thing you think is, I need to cut out what I'm eating. I need to cut meals. I need to stop eating less. Wrong. You need to eat more, baby. And what I mean by eating more is not eating big meals throughout the day. Eat several small meals. Look, breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. That's 5 meals. You will be good. If you ever feel hungry throughout the day and you want to diet, you're doing it wrong. It's going to be harder for you to lose weight because every time you're eating something, your body going to hold on to that. Plus, whatever you got stored. So it's hard to lose. Like I said, I know it's the holidays, baby. I ain't been on my diet like I'm supposed to, but I've been going to the gym. There's too many good snacks around. There's all type of cookies. They got the Christmas cookies.
I see you posting them.
It's a struggle.
I'm over here going through it.
It's a struggle, bro.
He flip a table and break another chair on the Facebook post. I like Harlem flipping tables and breaking chairs every day.
I'll be excited. I'll be having breaking food news. But for real, man, never, if you're on a diet, never feel hungry. You're doing it wrong, man. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of y'all, it's hard work to change over your diet, especially when you're used to eating whatever you want to and eating whatever you want to, whenever you want to. Several small meals throughout the day, you'll be all right, baby. And eat your colors, fruits, vegetables, man. Almonds are real good. Blue Diamond makes some great almonds. Get the sweet chili Thai kind or the smokehouse barbecue kind. They're real good for you. Got all that protein. Get your muscles going. You'll be good, baby. And Christmas coming up. I'm about to eat all types of pie and cake, so take that tip with you. I'll be back in the gym on Tuesday.
And that was Harlem's health tip of the week. We bringing these segments to y'all. I'm bringing them to you. I promise you we're going to get them together, man. I'm very proud of what we doing, man, making it happen. Really? You were great. You were amazing. What you was nervous about, you did your thing, really. I'm just proud to be the first one to be able to, I guess, give you a platform to be open about how you feel, and that's all I ever wanted for you, because I know you're trying to do something. And when I see people that's trying to do something, I make it happen. Okay, I'm just making sure we're recording now.
Yeah, we good. We should be.
Okay. That threw me off for a second. I didn't see no green or red lights coming up, but I really do thank you for coming through and dedicating your time like I told you. Thank you, my brother, for coming through on another classic episode of Disorderly Conduct. Listen, before we get up out of here, I always gotta leave you with that man listen moment. If you're a father, man, I don't care what situation you putting yourself in when it comes to dealing with your child and dealing with the mother. You just gotta take the L and be a man about the situation. The truth is, like I said earlier, you made the decision to be with that woman, lay down with that woman, and do all of that with that woman. So the responsibility is on your shoulders to make sure your son and your daughter is successful in this world. We as black men especially have to do extremely better with taking care of our kids, making sure we are present in our child's lives. I never want my son to feel like his father was never present or never involved. That's why I changed who I was and changed the man that I was to be in his life, to sacrifice my needs and my wants, to be a healthier father, to be a healthier man, to be the best man that I could be, and be involved in my son's life, not just financially, but emotionally, and all of that. Y'all got something I want to say before we get up out of here?
Other than the jewels this man and this lady has dropped, it's been a good episode.
Great episode, man.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Spend time with your family. Eat all the cake. Eat all the pie. Just go back to the gym on Tuesday when I open back up, y'all. But for real, it's been another good Friday night. Is it still raining? I believe it's still.
I ain't heard nothing.
I hope it ain't raining though. Lord, let the rain stop. I'm sick of it. Arkansas cannot drive in the rain. I done seen so many wrecks today. Look, take your time out there, y'all. Stop speeding.
All right.
Creep slowly in the rain.
This is Disorderly Conduct, baby. We building.
We building.
We out.